What is going on, guys? So in today's video I'm going to be showcasing the TG deck profile that I've kind of looked up and play tested a good bit, and I have to say it's very good. There's a combo in this which lets you stop your opponent, like I think up to like 3 times of normal summoning or special summoning, which is really nice. So without further ado, just get into the deck. Yeah, so the first card we have is the Assault mode for TG Halberd Cannon. And basically what this card does is it has to be summoned with Assault mode activate, and I'll show you how to get into that. We can search that, all that kind of stuff out. But you do have to summon TG Halberd Cannon, which is a little bit difficult. He has the same kind of materials as Cosmic Blazar or Shooting Quasar either. So this has to be a special with Assault mode activate, and it has the effect that if your opponent will summon a monster, quick effect, you can negate the summon and banish that monster, and then all special monsters your opponent controls. So it has a kind of nuke effect, which is really nice. And then if this card is destroyed, you can target one TG Halberd Cannon in your graveyard and special summon it, ignoring its conditions. So this is like your main boss monster you want to end on, but like most boards, you'll end with kind of either a way to summon TG Halberd Cannon and then negate a summon, and then Assault mode activate and negate another summon, that kind of way. So that's how that works. Then we have Stardust Dragon Assault mode for a negation. This one can pretty much negate anything, and then it special summons Stardust from the graveyard, so it's kind of the same effect. It's a lot easier to summon this one than this, but if you can end on one negate, that's still pretty good. So yeah, that's it for the big guys. Next, for the level 4s, we have 3 TG Screw Serpent. And what this card does is, if he's normal or special, you can special summon a TG from the graveyard. He also has the effect he can banish himself from the graveyard and either give one of your TG monsters a level or decrease a level. But other than that, you'll kind of always search him out with the Link monster, or if you draw him, that's the way. It's kind of like Junk Synchron and Doppel Warriors. When you draw both, the combos go off. You have to draw him and a level 1 monster. Like if you draw him and anyone the level 1 monsters, you kind of can normal summon him, special summon the level 1, and then go into one of the Synchron monsters. I'll show you now. His name is Star Guardian, and then special summon or use Star Guardian's effect to bring him back to hand, and then use Star Guardian's second effect to special summon him, and then go for another one. And then you can summon another level 1 from the graveyard, and then you have your play to go into like Librarian, and then you can synchro summon to go into either Stardust Warrior or TG Blade Blaster, and that's kind of extra negates as well. So that's basically the way to start most of your main combos. The next we run is for the Assault kind of package. You run 2 Assault Beasts, so you can discard this card and search out your Assault mode activate, and it works well with the level 1 Assault mode monster we'll talk about in a sec. But basically you need this card in your graveyard. We run 3 TG Werewolf. The main reason that we do run Striker, so we can go into a level 5 synchro. The main thing is set level 5 synchros, but mainly what we're using this is for a Link monster. So if a monster special summon, you can special summon him, and then most of the TG monsters have the effect, if they're destroyed by battle or effect, they get to search out a TG monster from your hand to your hand, like. But or not, we do just use this to special summon itself, and then go into the Link tree and then go off from there. So we're running the 1 TG Striker. So this one works well with TG Werewolf. Basically what he can do is, if your opponent throws a monster and you don't, you can special summon him. So it's another special summon as well for your Link. And it's a level 2 tuner. The next card we run is 2 TG Gear Zombie. This one kind of is needed for the Halberd Cannon stuff. So mainly what I do for the Link, if I do get the Link, I'd search either this out so that it can be brought back at a later date and used to summon the level 2, because you need the 2 level 5s and then the level 2 to go to TG Halberd Cannon. Next, one of the main things, so mainly you want this and TG Screw Serpent in your hand, and what this one does is, if you control a TG monster, you can special summon him. He can attack directly, and if he attacks directly and inflicts battle damage, you can destroy a card your opponent controls, so that's extra nice. The fact that special summons himself is the main way of the combos and stuff, so he's definitely one of the best. Then we have 1 Psy Reflector. So this is the Assault mode card I was talking about. So this one, basically, if it's normal or special, you can add an Assault mode activate card that specifically lists Assault mode activate. So you can add the Assault Beast, discard Assault Beast, and add Assault mode activate in your hand. And then his effect is, if you have Assault mode activate in your hand, you can reveal it and then special summon that Assault Beast and make him level 1 to 7, as far as I know. Is it 1? You can gain them levels 1 to 4, so you can actually become level 8 and go to level 9. So that's how you get Stardust Dragon very easily. You just add 3 levels onto Assault Beast, and then Synchro for these two, and go for Assault or Stardust, and then set your Assault mode activate and go into the Assault mode version. The next one, because we want to have the level 1s, is Booster Raptor. Similar effect to boost the fish, or what's it called? Yeah, drill fish. This card can special summon himself if there's a TG on the field, and if he's destroyed, you can add a TG monster from your deck to your hand. Pretty much. The one Tank Grub. This one is a level 1 tuner, but it can be used as a non-tuner as well. And then if it is used as synchro material, you can special summon a token. So that goes into... This card makes it very easy for TJ Halberd Cannon. I definitely would search this as well. If I'm not searching Gear Zombie, I'm searching this. I only run one, but we have stuff like 1 for 1. We have stuff like Where Art Thou? Different things like that just to search this card. So I didn't find a reason to run more than one, because you don't want it in your opening hand either. Then we have 2 Jester Comfit. So this one is kind of like the Booster Warrior for the Synchro deck. It's just a level 1 monster that can special summon himself at any time if you have a monster on the field. And it helps you go off into your like Halberd Cannon or Cosmic Blaze plays. The 2 Where Art Thou? Just because if we do have a level 1 on the field, we can search any other level 1. You do inflict 2,000 damage if you don't special summon it, but most of these special summon themselves, so it's fine. 2 Tanky to search for our Werewolf. So it's like essentially run a 5 Werewolf for our Link plays. 2 Fossil Dig, which means for our Booster Raptor, so it's like running 5 Booster Raptor as well, so loads of level 1s. Yeah, just a 10 out your deck as well. The 1 Emergency Teleport, just because this is like a 1 turn Stardust Assault mode activate, you know, so you just activate this, get the TG Psy Reflector, and then go off his effects. 1 for 1 because we run many and there'll be a lot of monsters, so you can just discard one special summon any of our level 1s, mainly Tank Grub, and then go into your Halberd Cannon. Monster Reborn, just for extra plays. If your opponent does stop it and you need to get it back, just a lot of the time my opponent has stopped my plays and then I've gone for like 11 Fossil, Screw Serpent, brought it back, level 5, have my play that I needed. The 1 Upstart, just for deck thinning as well. Paw of Avarice, just to draw 2 cards. And you will go through a lot of your monsters. 2 of the TG Trap, which is Sonic Stun. When your opponent declares an attack, you can negate it and then special summon a TG level 4 or lower from your hand or deck. So this is another way to search out all your stuff, especially if you go like first turn set this and then you're going to go into plays next turn. And then the 2 Assault Mode activate, just because it is searchable, but like if you draw, it's not the worst thing either, I suppose, because you can just set it for TG Halberd Cannon, whereas the other thing you're going to use the other one for the Stardust. So that's it for the main deck. It's 40 card main deck, and let's go into the extra deck. So I'll go from the back. The 2 Link monsters. So this kind of works really well with Crystron Halco Fireaxe, but I don't have that card. If I did have it, I'd probably get rid of Wonder Magician, just because you don't really need it when the other guy is just too good. So this one, its effect is, it includes 2 effect monster, including a TG tuner. So basically what you do is 2 monsters, any 2 monsters, whether a tuner or non-tuner, go into Halco Fireaxe and then special summon a TG tuner, and then go into this. And this card's effect is you have to have a TG monster in your hand, in your graveyard, and in your deck, and they can special summon to the 3 zones this card points to. And that's how you go off in your crazy plays. Also, they can't be targeted. Your opponent can't target those 3 that are any TG monster that points to him or whatever. You can't. Your opponent can't target it. But this kind of goes off your main play. So if you have 3 kind of random cards, it gets your kind of last combo piece. So like you go into the 3 and then bring back something from your graveyard, some of your hand, then you can search that last combo piece, just if it was Screw Serpent or it was TG Tank Grub, and that's how you go into your Halco Fireaxe or your Halberd Cannon. So I'd go into this if I genuinely couldn't do what I needed to do with the 2 level 5s. Normally I'll end on a level 10 Synchro, like Stardust Warrior, and negate a summon. But if I didn't have, or if I get the chance to have this like a Werewolf, you have a Striker, a Werewolf, and a level 1, and you can go into this very easily, then you can go off on your plays. It's going to be easier. The next is Formula Synchron. I don't go into this really. but you never know. Sometimes I might need it, so I just have it, and you draw a card when you synchro summon them. The Recipro Dragonfly is the main one you use. This one is just a level 2 synchro monster. He's not a tuner. And if you have Blade Blaster on the field, I think you can actually... No, you have to target Blade Blaster. So Blade Blaster requires like 2 synchro monsters to summon into him. That's this one. So if you have him on the field, if you've done him first turn and then go into Recipro Dragonfly, you can activate him and send Blade Blaster back to the extra deck and then special summon the 2 monsters you summon. And then you can go into Halberd Cannon. The one TG Hyper Librarian, I was running at 2, but with the ban list now it's only at 1, so I'll show you the card I opted out from the last deck profile. But this one, every time you synchro monster summon, you get to draw a card. And this is the card I subbed out for him. So this is another TG monster, but it's Power Gladiator. He's just another level 5. You don't really use his effect. He inflicts piercing damage. And if he's destroyed, draw a card. But other than that, you're just using him as a level 5 that's needed for the combo. Wonder Magician is a tuner. It's just in case I've used up my Star Guardians, which I very rarely do. The 2-star Guardian. So this one, like I said before, has the effect that it can special summon, or it can get a TG monster in your graveyard, add it to his hand, and immediately after effect, normal or special summon a TG monster from your hand. And then it has the effect once per chain, and it can synchro summon on your opponent's turn, which is also nice. Then we have the one Dawn Dragster, just for extra negates of spells and traps. The one Stardust Dragon for our assault mode. The one Stardust Warrior because it negates a summon. It just requires like Star Guardian and like one of the level 5s, and you go into him and then your opponent can't normal summon once, and if they do get over it then it's whatever, but it's still good. TG Blade Blaster then. If your opponent would activate a spell that targets him, he can just banish himself and keep him alive for the next turn, which is kind of nice. You can negate. You can also, when you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard and negate the effect. Once turn during your opponent's turn, you can banish TG monster graveyard, banish that face-up card on the field. It's a quick effect. Yeah, but other than that, he's kind of good. Then Cosmic Blazar negates everything. Can negate an attack, negate an effect, can negate a summon, banishes himself and then brings him back. And then the last card is TG Halberd Cannon, which the whole deck is kind of based off. And this one can negate a summon. So like a lot of time, if you do go into Halberd Cannon and then you have a assault mode activate set, you can go into you can negate a summon, activate summon, activate, and then special summon the other guy, and then negate another one, and then destroy all special monsters your opponent controls. It's just really good. And then if like later on, if you do get like a Stardust Warrior, you can just keep on negating. 3 negates, 4 negates, Cosmic Blazar. It's just really, really good. But anyway, guys, I genuinely would test out this deck if you do get a chance. It is amazing. It's just you have to know how to play it. I should do like videos, replays and stuff like that, and I have the software to actually do that now, so I might start doing stuff like that. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Check out all like my Instagram and eBay and all that good stuff. And good luck.